Welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday. It's your Royal Tax Strategist, Stephanie Carter. And today we're going to be talking about visibility and growth. Now, I know a lot of you all have heard me talk about Carter and Camille Consulting, and you're like, what is that? What do they do? Well, let me tell you about what they do and who they are. So who is Carter and Camille, right? Carter and Camille Consulting was created to help organizations, nonprofits, community leaders, and business owners build stronger foundations for sustainable growth. I know those may not mean like a whole lot to you, but that is very impactful for this community. Many leaders are passionate about their mission, but they struggle with structure and planning, operation, and long-term strategy. And that's where Carter and Camille comes in. Okay, they serve nonprofit organizations, small business owners, community leaders, and faith-based organizations. Startups, growing businesses, and rural organizations seeking growth and sustainability. So if you are familiar, if you've ever been to any of the food distributions, those held at the Joe Rowland Community Center, those are happening because Carter and Camille has come in to provide some structure. And, growth is painful at times. And right now, the Joe Rowland Community Center is undergoing some growth changes so that we can better serve the community. Okay. So this is how we help. So we help with leadership and development. This strong organization or strong organizations require strong leadership. We help leaders clarify their vision. So if you're not too sure, like you have a mission, but it's like, I don't know how to quite execute that. So we help the leaders clarify their vision, strengthen their decision-making skills, build accountability systems, and develop leadership capacity. Also with the organizational structure, as you've witnessed that, many of you have witnessed that from the Joe Rowland Community Center, we assist with strategic planning, operational development, board development, process improvement, capacity building. Also, that wonderful community engagement. With them, organizations thrive when they're connected in the communities that they serve. Carter and Camille is a part of this community, and we strive to have that connectivity with our community. We want to help build those meaningful relationships and partnerships that create lasting impact. At Carter and Camille Consulting, our goal isn't simply growth. Our goal is sustainability. We want the growth, but we also want to be able to sustain that growth, okay, to create those long-term results. So that's who Carter and Camille is. So if you ever see them out and about, you see their logo, know that they are for this community. One of the greatest challenges businesses and organizations face today isn't whether they're doing good work. It's whether people know that they're doing good work. Okay? That's where media becomes essential. It's essential in this day and time. Everybody is on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, tweet, whatever. I'm not too sure. Facebook. It's so many different ones. YouTube Shorts. The list could go on, but I'm getting exhausted just running down the list. So through Royal Divine Media, they help businesses, nonprofits, entrepreneurs, community organizations tell their stories in a way that creates connection and trust. Right now, Royal Divine Media is capturing this for me because y'all don't want to see me behind a camera. I don't know how to operate that. I beat and broke something, tore it up for real. So if you're looking for professional photography, that helps you get seen, or photos, and also photos can create credibility. They give your audience confidence in your brand. So if you notice that your social media pages are lacking content because you're not taking photos, you're actually doing the work, contact Royal Divine Media. They can come out and take the photos for you. Or even do videography. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words. Imagine what a video will give you. What is that, 1,000,000? Maybe more. But videos allow people to hear your story, see your passion, and connect with your mission. People buy into people before they buy products or services. Okay. So if you're not telling your story is not out there, contact Royal Divine Media. They provide great coverage. Also, that social media presence. We're going back to there because everybody is on social media. Social media is today's digital storefront. Okay. So when someone hears about your business, one of the first things they're going to do is look you up online. They're going to go to Google. They're going to go to Instagram. They're going to go on Facebook. Where's your stuff at? I don't see you. And if you're not there, you just missed out. That's why this is important. So your online presence should reflect professionalism, consistency, authenticity, and value. Visibility helps ensure your work reaches the people who need it most. Okay, so if you're ever interested in that, Rural Divine Media has a package where it can be seen all over Central Texas, not just in the community of Caldwell County or Lockhart, but all over Central Texas. If you're trying to get your business out there at an affordable rate, go ahead and contact them, set up your appointment. A consultation is free. Okay, consultations is free. You don't know until you ask. I get asked, what's my vision? Stephanie, where do you see the future? As a tax strategist, as an entrepreneur, as a mother, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, as a member, part of this community, what do I have for my vision? It extends far beyond individual businesses. My goal is community transformation. That's why I do so much within this community, because I do want to see our community succeed. I want stronger businesses, stronger nonprofits, stronger leaders, stronger families throughout Central Texas, mainly Caldwell County. Look, not just Central Texas, but let's start at home. Lockhart is my home. And I want to see a stronger community. I want to see the diversity of this community. You know, this is what made me come back to Lockhart to raise my children, because there was no other community like it. That doesn't mean for everybody to rush into Lockhart. I like this quaint little feeling, okay, y'all? Like, give me the illusion of quaint, okay? The future belongs to organizations that work together, creating a greater impact than those working alone. I don't want to see 1,000,001 nonprofits just popping up just because, oh, I want to do this, when one already exists. Partner, collaborate with the organizations that already exist, that are already providing that service, because maybe with the collaboration, they could reach more people versus, you know, the funding is already so limited, whether you starting a new one. But if you collaborate, imagine what impact that we all could have based on collaborations and partnerships, rather than, I want to start a new one. Well, why? Well, this one is already doing this. Let me see how I can help strengthen that. You know, that's what I want to see. You know, a lot of people think that based on money determines your success, but it's not measured on how much money you make. It's measured on the lives that are changed, the business that were strengthened, the jobs that were created, the community served, the opportunities expanded. The goal is to leave the community stronger than how we found it. At least that's mine. Again, I want to thank you for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday. I know it was kind of long-winded and I might have rambled just a tad bit, but that's how you know I'm truly passionate about what I do. Well, I look forward to seeing you either at one of our lawn night events during this summer series, or, you know, around town. I don't bite, I promise. You can ask me anything. Again, thank you for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday. I'm your Rural Tax Strategist, Stephanie Carter.